welcome to episode number 31 of Tally Benchwarmers. Your unofficial, definitely not expert take on the latest in local sports here in Tallahassee, mostly college. This week we are backbenching college softball and baseball, the NBA playoffs, the NHL playoffs, college golf. What the heck else we want to talk about?
College tennis.
College tennis we're going to talk about. Yeah, lots of stuff here. On the bench with me, I'm David Mullins,
The chief
towel waver. Yeah,
That's
the towel.
right.
Wait, I got to get the towel right. The towel waver.
Yes.
I can't do anything right.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's why you're the chief towel.
That's not, I can't do anything right. I have to clean up after myself. I have the towel. I was talking about earlier, I was either dripping or drooling, one of the two on the desk on the bench here. So it's I've got the towel.
That's why you have the
I've
towel.
got the towel.
Yeah.
Jennifer Tappan, Director of Finance, CFO. Happy Monday.
Happy
As I
Monday.
say every time that we do this podcast, we're recording on Monday morning.
Yes.
And so we say Happy Monday.
Yep.
Yeah.
The day after Mother's
The day
Day.
and the day after Mother's Day.
Yep.
Happy belated Mother's Day.
Well, thank you.
Well, it's not belated. She's always a mother.
I'm
so
always a
therefore-
mother.
Yeah, I've been called worse. Eric Carter, Assistant Chief Engineer. You are now the official, we've talked about this last week, official FSU sports reporter, official FAMU sports reporter, and, you know, the guru of all things sports here on the Florida State campus. So, hey, happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you.
Happy belated Mother's Day. No, sorry. Yeah.
I've been called worse too.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Eric is wearing our Tally Benchwarmers cap. Tally Benchwarmers cap, yeah. And just want to remind everybody. Now, if you were watching last week, we had a special opportunity for folks. If you want one of these caps, if you want a Tally Benchwarmer cap, all you got to do is, well, and the one that you would be entered in a drawing for is not a black cap, it's a white cap. Sorry for this is not a, what is that?
Proper representation.
This is proper representation, but make a comment on our YouTube page. Make any comment. It can be, you guys suck, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or get a new chief towel waiver or something. Anything. Make
Somebody
a
that can
comment.
wave a
enter it in
towel.
yeah, right. Yeah. Quit drooling. But if you make a comment, we'll enter you into a drawing, and you can maybe have your own Tally Benchwarmer baseball cap.
That's right.
That is, I mean, it. You know
It's
what?
priceless.
It is. Well, yeah. It's worth at least, I don't know, $1.50 probably. Yeah. So
Shipping and
less.
handling.
so
you got to pay for shipping and handling.
no, we'll even pay unless it's going to Alaska or something. I'm assuming that of our
It might go to Japan.
of our 28 regular viewers and listeners,
Yeah.
they're probably mostly, hopefully, in the Panhandle. So maybe we can
Hey,
get.
Mom.
Yeah, nice try. Yeah, she's trying to get her mom to do this. She wants to have two caps in the
Nepotism.
household. Be careful. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. So we're going to be talking for the next half hour or so, maybe a little shorter, maybe a little less, but some FSU and FAMU, some news on various sports. But before we get there, hey, I want to talk about NBA playoffs. But before we do,
Yes.
I saw a new story. I saw a new story about Travis Hunter. I shared with y'all. I don't know if y'all had seen it before I sent it.
Excellent story.
What a nice story from a mother or from a woman who was sitting right next to this young man on a plane.
And she didn't even know who he was.
Didn't know who he was.
No.
He did not. He was not openly talking about who he was or
Right.
anything. She noticed he was wearing what was it? There was a Jacksonville Jags
Sweatpants.
and
Yes.
so he said, "Yeah, I'm Travis."
Yeah.
I'm not even,
He just said, "I'm Travis."
I'm Travis. Yeah, and I
I got drafted by the Jaguars.
Jags. Yeah.
And she said she's going to buy tickets.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to watch him.
Yeah. So we've talked about how sometimes those college kids who get drafted, you just don't know, they're going to get a big head. Is their ego going to be big? Or are they going to be really tough to deal with even in the pros? But all indications right now, at least, are that Travis Hunter is going to be one of those special kids.
Yeah, and those pants he was wearing, that is the first purchase he made after he signed his contract.
Is that right?
Yeah, and he wore them to his college graduation. He did graduate, and he got his degree, and he wore the Jaguars pajama sweatpants to graduation underneath his gown.
She knows more about Travis Hunter than
I'm a Jags fan.
Yeah, but
we have to focus on the positive because there's not many in
hasn't
Jaguars.
Been a whole lot lately.
There's Waffle Houses.
The Waffle House.
Yeah.
A really hot stadium. Really sweltering.
Sweltering hot.
Right next to the coffee plant.
Yeah, which is delicious smelling.
Are they talking about building a new stadium for the Jags?
They're renovating.
Oh, they're just renovating the current stadium.
Yeah.
Okay. What are they going to put a roof on it, kind of like they did in Miami?
I think so.
Okay.
Hopefully
or a retractable roof. That's
hopefully with some AC. Goodness. You
Yeah.
think
It's right
you're
on the
surrounded.
water.
Yeah, you think you're surrounded by water. It's not that hot. Oh
No.
man.
It makes it worse.
It makes it
way
way worse.
Yeah.
If you're on the water and you get breeze, that's one thing. But you don't get breeze in a stadium unless you're standing on top of the stadium. Maybe then you get breeze.
They got a swimming pool.
They have two swimming
They have a
pools.
swimming pool in the stadium.
Yeah.
Wow. Can just anybody jump in?
Yep.
Seriously?
Yep.
Have you done it?
No.
She doesn't want to get into the pool.
No.
It might
There's a
be-
bar right next to the pool.
So you
and
don't know what's in that pool, is what you're saying.
Well,
Right.
you do know what's in the pool.
You see people and you watch the game and they're in the pool the whole game and they never leave the pool.
So you
And they drink a lot
Uh,
of beverage.
and they drink some
You're
adult
just
beverages.
making some assumptions. You
Like,
can't
very
maybe,
much
or
so.
can you actually? We're getting way
Yeah,
down a
that's
rabbit
too
hole that
much.
we shouldn't
We're getting
go.
in the deep end.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Literally. Okay.
NBA.
You want to go to NBA? Pivot to NBA off of that? Man, that's a hard left turn. Left turn. Yeah.
Same thing.
But in NBA, yeah, we in some cases we're actually seeing a couple of series actually become series.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nobody knows which Denver Nugget team you're going to get on any given night, or which Oklahoma City Thunder team you're going to get on any
That
night.
is so
right?
true. That is so true. Those series where Denver has allowed the Thunder to tie the series back up. So.
Yeah. But the games that the Nuggets have won have been close.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Yeah.
You don't know which joker or which. I think I saw that stats last night or in yesterday's game or the most recent game. I can't remember if it was Sunday or Saturday. Westbrook had 8 points.
Yeah.
I mean, he goes from being this dynamic player to more of a role player from one game to the next. So let's hope that they. For those who of you, are you a Nugget fan?
No.
Are you a Thunder fan?
No.
Oh, so you don't care?
No.
Okay. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So it's tied at two apiece. Yeah.
2 apiece. And the Warriors and Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Well, with Steph being out, it made it a little difficult.
Yeah.
Yes. I have not seen news about how long they think Curry may be out.
They're predicting that he should be back for the next game.
For the next game. Okay. But I mean, the Timberwolves had the better record. Everyone was expecting the Timberwolves to probably win this series. So, who knows? But this may be this may be Golden State's kind of last run. They may have this year and maybe next year because Steph is like 37, isn't he?
He's old in NBA years.
Yeah.
But his face looks like he's 12.
He does, but Draymond's probably in his early 30s, early to mid 30s.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler's the younger of the youngest of that group, but Butler's probably there for 2 years and then out.
Yeah,
you figure. So this may be Golden State's last run.
Yeah.
The Pacers are just waxing
the
Cavaliers.
The Cavaliers survived.
Yeah.
From being swept.
But in yesterday's game, the Pacers were up by 41 at halftime.
Yeah.
They put an 80 spot. They scored 80 points in the first half.
Yes.
Yeah. So the Cavaliers, who throughout the last half of the season
were the
best team and predicted to probably make it to the finals for the East.
This might be their finals.
They could. I mean, they've got. They're down 3-1. I guess they go back to Cleveland for Game 5.
Yeah.
I guess for Game 5 and 6. So I mean, they've got to win 3 in a row now.
Yeah.
To not get kicked out, and that'd be a really tough loss. Pacers are the. I've always kind of been a little bit of a fan of Indiana because you've never been a fan of Indiana. Did you like Reggie Miller?
No.
See, I like
I was
Reggie
a
Miller.
Knicks fan.
Oh well, there you go.
I'm a
Oh,
Knicks
man.
fan, so therefore Reggie Miller that's one of the
There's one of those ESPN
bad,
30 for 30s. So about the Reggie Miller time, right? And about how he
it's called Spike Time.
yeah. Oh, yeah. So,
Sorry.
So really, so that's not looking real good for Cleveland.
Yeah.
Knicks were Knicks up too, and then
Yeah,
now
they were up
the
2.
Celtics have come back and won one.
Yeah, but the thing is, in the 3 games, the New York goes down by 20 points in every game. Then they clawed their way back,
Yeah.
and the first 2 games they won. This last game, Boston did their thing, as they should. You're a top seed, you're a defending champion, so this was a statement game for Boston. They had to make noise because if not, they would be looking like Cleveland.
Yeah, and so hey, maybe it will be another could be another Knicks Pacers Eastern Conference Championship.
Yes.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spike would love that.
Spike will, and a lot of other New York celebrities.
Yes, indeed.
I'll go down the rabbit hole. So I was a big fan of Severance, the series on Apple TV. It's this crazy series that Ben Stiller, if remember Ben Stiller,
Yes.
executive produced, directed a lot of the episodes. And Ben is a huge Knick fan.
Yes, he is.
And I'm listening to a podcast after the fact, a podcast about the series, and they talk about how there were times during their filming where Ben would have to get from wherever the location they were. They had to get to a Knicks game that night, and come back, or even during this podcast that they've been recording to get to a Knicks game. And so he's a huge fan. So there's a lot of New York celebrities who could be kind of on the court, right up there on the court, and that's what the networks love. They love to be able not only to have a good game, but to have it be in a major television market, and then if you got celebrities on top of that, I mean that's their Taylor Swift angle, right?
Well, I'll give you guys a little fun fact
basketball
about
coverage.
the Knicks basketball games. There are certain people that get special privileges. Prince used to get special privileges at the Knicks game. He would drive his limousine into Madison Square Garden and have front row seats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of us have had that kind of privilege.
I have.
For Knicks games or
Yes.
for something else.
Yes, but I don't talk about it much.
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
I don't wanna-
You should talk about it more. That
I
would
don't
make
wanna
this
blur it all.
podcast much more interesting if you could. We need all the
I don't
help
want to
we
blur
can
those
get.
lines.
No. Oh, but I'm telling you that we need all the help we can get. If we've got inside stories, scoops like that, and stories that we can, even if you're making it up, let's just
Totally.
tell the story.
Yes.
So Celtics, defending champs, another defending champ in another sport, our Florida Panthers
Yes.
down in the
Tied the
Miami-
series up.
Tied
Yeah.
the series up. They were not looking too good after 2 games in Toronto, and everybody meaning me. Everybody.
That
was
is
thinking-
everybody.
Yeah, that is everybody in my world. But Panthers were not looking good in those first 2 games.
No.
Won in overtime over the weekend for Game 3, and then I think skunked them with 2-0. I think yesterday.
Yeah.
So series is tied. Defending champs holding ice
Yeah.
In
See it.
Florida,
in Florida.
Yeah.
You hold court in basketball.
Right.
you hold ice.
Hold ice in
Yeah.
hockey.
Yeah. My
hockey.
brother's a Maple Leafs fan.
Yeah.
So
And what do you if you win and if you're defending on your own turf for bowling? Is that holding alley?
I guess so.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
Holding
because
lane, maybe?
it's holding court in tennis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it in football? Holding
Field.
holding
field.
home field. Holding field.
Yeah.
I should have known that, shouldn't I? Yeah. I'm trying to think. And I guess
Same in baseball.
baseball,
Cricket.
and
Polo.
then holding court in beach
Tennis.
volleyball. Beach volleyball,
Yes.
right?
Holding sand and beach
Holding
volleyball.
sand. Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
enough is enough. Enough
Yeah.
is enough,
Well.
right? Yeah. Thank you,
beautiful.
Evan, for
Beautiful.
bringing my spirits back up. I got to wave the towel. I got the war chant going, waving the towel.
Absolutely.
It is an FSU towel. It's a commercial for Truist. And this is I'm not promoting Truist at all, but if Truist, if you want to contact us about sponsorship, please do.
And making some benchwarmer towels.
Yeah.
Well, I'd rather just get their cash really rather than towels, but.
We got to start small.
Yeah, start small, okay. And I'm not drooling, so I'm good. Okay. Okay, so we've got a few sports to talk about on the FSU sports world. We want to start with what's happening just up the street from us.
Right across the street from us.
It's just right across the street, man. We are in the center of the sports, the golfing sports world, at least for the next few days, right?
Yeah.
The Knowles men are hosting the Tallahassee Regional here.
Yeah.
The course that Jack built.
The course that Jack built at Seminole Legacy Golf Club across the street literally across the street.
Yeah.
Well, it's up the road and across the street. I can't say because it's
literally
not,
across the street is the
Pool.
swimming
it's
pool.
a swimming pool. So
then
then you go up.
tennis, pool,
and
golf.
then golf. But so you've got to walk up the road, and then it's literally
Across the street.
Absolutely, literally across the street.
Yes.
It's close enough that we can
close
look
enough.
at it.
It's about 200 yards, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like it's maybe an 8-iron from here, 200 yards.
Probably so.
Okay.
Yeah.
But,
Well, depending on who has that iron in their hands.
if 200 yards is like a driver for me. So anyway,
It's a putter for me. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But yes, the men are hosting the regional, and FAMU is also in the regional.
Are they? Yeah, that's
yes,
right.
they are. So right now, currently,
How are we? And at 12:19 p.m. on Monday, the 12th of May,
Florida State is 11 under.
Nice.
11 under
In the lead.
They're leading.
In the first round. FAMU right now is currently at +3, and they're sitting at number 11.
And the FAMU sitting at 11.
Yes.
They play 3 rounds in
3
this tournament.
rounds, correct.
So
And-
it'll be today, tomorrow, and Wednesday.
correct. And they take the top 5 teams. So
Okay.
there's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
Teams have a way of making things up. So our local teams are being well represented. So
That's great. Hey, I just mentioned May the 12th, and it just reminded me, and I should have remembered this 10 minutes ago. I'm sorry. My youngest daughter's birthday is today, May
Happy
the 12th.
birthday.
Happy birthday to
Happy
Catherine
birthday.
Mullins, who is in Alaska right now on vacation.
Nice.
Loving life in Alaska.
And of course, she's taking time out of her day to listen to this wonderful podcast.
She better be. She better be. But but when I said May 12th, it just triggered a memory, a happy memory.
Oh, good.
Yeah, 26 years ago, I gave birth to this. And,
I don't think you
Oh, wait a
actually
second.
gave her-
Rewind.
I had something to do with it.
Well, yeah.
At least
But
on the,
you didn't
on the,
give
on
the
the
birth.
front end, I had something to do with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, so happy birthday, Catherine. Yeah. Anyway, continue on, FSU Sports Reporter.
Yes, indeed. And our ladies in golf.
Ladies in golf. They're in the NCAA also, right?
That's right. They were the number 1 seed in the Kentucky regional.
Yeah.
They actually won that regional.
Nice.
They did their thing.
Uh-huh.
They will be joined in Carlsbad, California.
Carlsbad, California, on
Yes.
the west coast of this beautiful country.
Absolutely. They'll be joined by Georgia Southern,
Mhm.
Kansas State, Southern Cal, and Vanderbilt.
Are they the number
Okay.
1 seed in that region or not?
They were the number 1 seed, but they'll get reshuffled around.
Okay.
Nationally, the ladies were ranked number 2
Yeah.
Okay.
before they even started the tournament.
Now I'm gonna sound like I'm whining here, but if we were like the number 1 ranked team in that Kentucky regional, and if we're gonna be probably ranked high in this other, are the locations preset? It doesn't matter if you're like the number 1. These regionals for golf, they're already kind of predetermined, no matter who is highly ranked.
Kind
or
of,
not.
sort of. But
Uh-huh.
for this year, since we had a Tallahassee regional here, you couldn't have the women and the men playing at the same time.
Now, see, that could have been even a new sport, man. You know,
Co-ed golf.
Yeah. Well, I'm just thinking about they could like fight for a position on the tee.
Again, sword
Whoever
fight
hits the
with a
furthest.
golf clubs.
That's right. Anyways, but so that's helpful for me to even should have been thinking about that. Sometimes I
Absolutely.
just don't think, Jennifer.
But we have 2 women
Does that
being
surprise
named.
you? Yeah. No. Yeah.
We got 2 women being named to the, I want to say this right, Annika Award. Wode, she's number 1, and Ting, number 2. That's the rankings they are in the amateur rankings.
Okay.
Now in the NCAA rankings, it's Ting number 1 and Wode number 2.
Yeah, Ting was the ACC Player of the Year.
Yeah,
That is correct.
For the year, yeah.
That is
So,
correct. So
our
our
golf
women are doing
teams,
good.
Our golf programs are doing well
Well,
represented so
They
far.
always do well,
Yeah.
you know, especially the men. We always have some good golfers that come out of Florida State and go on to some national acclaim in the pros.
So how many times have we been the men's golf? How many times have we been to a regional tourney?
It's been quite a few.
Yeah,
It's been quite a few.
every one since 2006, and if I'm
Yes.
doing my math right, that's 19 straight years.
I like your math.
Yeah,
Good math.
a lady accountant.
Yeah. Good job mathing,
Good.
boss.
Okay, wow, thank you. Yeah. So what happens after this regional?
The
They
top
go-
5
the
teams.
top 5 teams go to
Carlsbad, California.
same place the ladies are playing, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
It'll be a week apart.
Okay.
So they'll have the courses.
I'm thinking of the mamas and papas, California dreaming.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. And the skies are gray, and the skies are gray.
We talked about
California
ADHD
dreaming.
before we
Yeah,
started.
okay, sorry.
Yes, indeed.
Big fan of the mamas and the papas.
Ah.
Yeah.
With FSU Track, they're getting into their ACC championship.
We have to
time.
talk about sports now again. Huh?
Yes,
Okay.
ACC championship.
ACC championship.
Yep, and it's gonna be held at the Seminole Legacy. No, excuse me, my bad.
No, yeah.
That's across the street.
Yeah, that's across the street. The Seminoles will begin postseason at the ACC championship in Winston-Salem.
It's up there
Yep.
around the Wake Forest
That
area, right?
hosted by
I thought
Wake
so.
Forest.
Wake Forest,
Yes.
yeah.
So we're gonna look for the men to do some big things also.
Yeah.
Our sports are actually doing rather well.
Yeah.
Rather well.
The only sport this year that has kind of
Dragged us down.
dragged us down is
They didn't climb.
is the most the most
Watched.
valued
Yeah.
sport dollar wise. So we want to talk about that because next season, the 2025 fall football season and into the 26 bowl season. Go Noles. Anyway, so that's where the track team is going. Yeah, that's
For the ACC
Yeah.
championships.
Yeah. And they'll do awesome.
They
as
always
always.
they do well, very good in the ACC. So we look forward to excellent report.
Yes.
Excellent report. We want to talk about the men's tennis team.
men's tennis.
They were in the ACC tournament, ranked number 20 nationally.
Okay.
You know, first round they swept Samford, and then we had our second round match. Lost 4-3 to number 13 South Carolina.
Oh.
So this was the NCAA, not
Right.
the ACC.
Yeah, this
Okay,
is the NCAA.
okay.
So our
Yeah.
men's team, like I said, our teams are making the tournaments.
Listen,
Yeah.
Making
if
the
you're
tournament.
ranked 20 in the country, even if you don't, if you can't advance, I mean that's still
Well, you lost to a higher seed team,
Yeah.
a higher ranked team.
that's right.
So
So that's
it's a
that's why
good
they're
year.
ranked higher, right? Yeah.
It's a good year. It's a definitely good year. So
Uh-huh.
we are loving it. And let's talk about the fun times around here.
Okay, what's that?
We're going to talk about the men's baseball and the women's softball.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let's start with softball because that was the big news over the weekend.
Yeah.
I guess
Right.
was the fact that the ladies were playing for the ACC championship.
Yeah.
Number one.
Right.
Yeah.
And they did well. They did well.
Yeah.
They ruled Georgia Tech in 6 innings.
Yeah.
Yep.
They squeaked it out against Duke.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there was a heartfelt loss.
Oh man.
The heartbreaker.
Yeah.
We were in the group chat
Yeah.
talking the top half of the 7th inning saying all we got to do is just get
Hold
out of
'em.
this inning.
Hold them.
Yeah. Just
And-
hold them. Yeah.
And we didn't.
First time this year we lost after leading after the 6th inning.
First time ever losing to Clemson, ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
it was a 2-1 loss to Clemson. Clemson scored their only runs, their 2 runs.
After a walk and a home run.
Yeah.
Dead
In
center
the
field.
7th inning.
Yeah, top of the 7th. They scored 2 runs on 3 hits.
Yep.
2
Yeah,
runs.
one of them being that
Home run.
that 2-run home run.
Yeah.
And I think the ladies had Lady Knowles had 8 hits.
Yep.
1 run. They left some players,
stranded.
runners stranded, even in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, we had
left.
2.
We had a walk and a
Yep.
single to
Yeah.
start the inning
Yeah.
off, and then we had a pop out to left field,
Yep.
a strikeout,
Yep.
and a pop out to center field.
And the strikeout was a full count,
Yes.
and she went down watching.
Yeah,
That's heartbreaker.
That's well, yeah, as
And it
a
was our
coach.
3 best hitters too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
had who do we have? The 2, 3, and 4. In
Yes,
the lineup?
2,
Yeah.
3, and 4.
And who
Kerr,
was-
what's her name?
but Edenfield was the last.
She was
the
our-
last
was
hitter,
our
yeah.
was our last batter, and
Yep.
yeah. So tough loss.
Yep.
But I mean, the Lady Knowles are just regular ACC champs.
Yeah.
I saw the stat where we had more ACC women's softball championships than every other ACC team combined.
Yeah.
And we have more ACC championships than any other school in the Power Four as far as
As far as
championships.
As far as
Championships, yeah.
as far as their conference championships, yeah. So this was a tough loss.
Yeah.
But
But we're 5th seed going into the NCAA
that's
tournament.
right. We're hosting a
And
regional.
we're hosting a regional.
That's right.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, we are actually seated higher than the team that beat us in
Yes.
the ACC
Yeah.
championship.
Yeah.
Clemson is seated lower. Than
They got
us.
They got their own regional, but we don't care.
Yeah, but
Whatever.
we're seated, I think, 5th
Fifth.
nationally,
Right.
and they're
Yep.
seated 8th, if I'm not.
Yes,
mistaken.
Clemson's
Something like that,
8th.
yeah.
And in our regional, there is Auburn, USF, and Robert Morris.
I think we're going to do
Bob.
great at home.
I hope that we do a.
Our
number
fans
on-
always show up.
yeah,
Sold out.
yeah.
Yep.
And when we win this one, notice what I said. When
Win.
we
Yeah,
win
Absolutely.
this
Yeah,
one,
of course you should.
we
Yeah,
host
everybody
the
expects it.
winner of the Lubbock Regional, which is hosted
Texas
by
Tech.
Texas Tech.
Okay, and that Lubbock Regional, because we're ranked higher than
Right.
Texas Tech,
Yeah.
Which
We'll
is
be
the 12th.
hosting.
They're the
Yeah.
12th seed.
we would host in the Super Regional here.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah. So we're really kind of already projecting ourselves sitting outside of the, because that's what we'd be doing, is we would be sitting outside of the stadium, out of the softball complex, because we couldn't get tickets because they're already sold out.
You
Right.
just sit in the parking
Yeah,
garage.
yeah.
That's one of the best seats,
Yeah,
isn't
it
it?
is.
The
That
top
parking
of
Top
the-
of the parking
I
garage.
see a lot of folks there. Yeah, so let's hope for the best. This week is the regional, right?
Yeah.
On the 16th it starts.
Oh, it starts the 16th.
That's
okay,
correct.
What's today, the 12th. So it is. It will come in the latter part of this week.
Yes, indeed.
So by the time we come together next week
Well, no.
on the Tally Benchwarmers award-winning podcast,
yes.
we will know the results and see
Yes.
where we're going. Okay,
See who we were playing
Yeah.
in the Super Regional.
that's right.
And let's talk about these men, the number 2 ranked men.
Number 2 nationally men.
That's
Yeah.
right. They had it was a good week for the men. Very good week. They had a midweek game against Jacksonville University. Run ruled them 14-2.
The JU Dolphins.
The Dolphins. Yes, and then we had a weekend series headed out to California. Won the series. We opened the series with an 8-2 win on Friday, a 5-0 loss on Saturday, but then secured the series win with a 5-1 win yesterday.
West Coast trip, we came away looking good, and we've got one more series before the ACC
Right.
tourney, right?
We host North Carolina, the University of North Carolina, those Tar Heels.
Who are ranked 4th in the country.
That is
Yeah,
correct.
that'll
That is
be
going to be
Another
a
top
heck of a
5
series.
showdown.
Heck of a series.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
And right now, currently, Florida State is ranked number 1 in the ACC.
Nice.
Should
So-
be. They should be.
Then after that, we were into ACC tournament play.
Mhm. You know, I was just looking at the D1 top 25, and I was looking to see if there was any other school in the state of Florida that was in that top 25, and I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing.
Oh, you
Yeah.
talking about the little
Blizzards?
gale force wind
Yeah,
or the Lizards.
I'm not seeing either. I'm not seeing either winds or
Area of low
animals,
pressure.
and animals with yeah, right, yeah. So, and I just remember, didn't the Gators beat us at
Yeah.
home, right? And that was a tough loss. But
Yes.
you know what? Sometimes it doesn't matter whether you beat them or not, as long as you beat them at the end of the
We
season.
let them have it
Did
for
we?
their self-esteem.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah. So
we're
that's
we're
good to see.
we're a charitable organization.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's enough of that. Oh man. Let's go Rattlers. Florida A&M University. We got some good news and some kind of softly bad news on
We'll
across
start
town.
with the Lady Rattlers.
Let's do that because they were playing for the SWAC championship.
SWAC.
For the SWAC.
That's right, the SWAC
SWAC championship. Yeah.
Those Lady Rattlers, they did their thing.
Uh-huh.
They, like you said, they started the SWAC tournament this weekend. Opened the tournament with a win against Grambling State 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
Fell into the losers bracket because it's a double elimination tournament in the SWAC.
Because they lost to Alabama State then.
That's correct.
Yeah,
They lost
7-3 there,
3-7
yeah.
and then beat Texas Southern 1-0. Beat Bethune-Cookman 6-5.
Mm-hmm.
Beat Alabama State, who they had lost to before,
Yeah.
2-1. Got into the championship round, which double elimination. Jacksonville State got there undefeated, so we had to beat them twice.
Not Jacksonville State, Jackson State.
Yeah, Jackson State.
Yeah.
Thanks for the correction.
You're right, man. Fist bump.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Okay. And that was done lovingly. I wanted
Absolutely.
you to know that.
Yeah.
I was not trying to put him down anyway.
But we beat Jackson State from the state of Mississippi.
That's right.
4-0 on Saturday. Came back Saturday, ran out of gas.
Yeah, tough.
You know,
Yeah,
so
but,
both our women's team in Florida State and FAMU got to the championship game, and
Hey, I'm guessing that if we had won that second game against Jackson State, there would have needed to be a third game, right? Because Jackson State got to that championship round with 0 losses, maybe.
they did get to the round.
So there would have been a 3-game.
No, it just
No.
needed to be 2. We won the first one,
Yeah.
which forced the second game.
Oh, that would have been their second loss.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry. You know, I did the math so well earlier.
Yeah, you messed
and
yourself
then-
out.
Oh man, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I feel really.
He can only handle one math at a
I
time.
feel
one math a
stupid.
day.
I
Okay.
feel stupid. Hey, is my cap on straight?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, pasa.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey,
But
So-
let's talk about those men.
but wait a second. I think I had one more thing to say about. Oh
Okay.
yeah, Jackson State. I'm going to bring it around full circle.
Okay.
We talked about Travis Hunter
Yeah.
Yes.
earlier. Jackson State. He traveled from Jackson State to Colorado with Deion Sanders when he went right.
Well, we got to take it a little bit further back.
Let's take it further back than that.
He was a Florida State
Oh, yeah,
commit,
I remember that.
and then went to
Yeah.
Jackson State with Dion,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
went to
wow.
Colorado,
Okay.
and now he's on the plane with the lady.
That's right.
As
And
the
he's
number 2
and
pick.
he's going to play with your Jacksonville Jaguars.
My Jacksonville Jaguars.
Man, I'm telling you, it's like
Full circle. It's crazy.
It is
6
like
degrees of separation.
It's like you can't swing a dead cat without hitting something that's matching you. I don't know.
I don't
Forget
know.
about
Well,
that.
that's a towel waiver
You
statement.
Can't swing a dead cat.
you can't
I wouldn't
You've
swing
never-
a dead cat.
you've never
with
The
her
tail might
dead.
fall off.
You've never heard that term? Can't swing a dead cat?
No.
Wow.
I've heard like
But-
can't beat a dead horse.
Can't,
But
well, no, can't swing a towel. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry for interrupting. I should not have tried to go full circle.
Well, no,
I
full circle was
I went
fine.
full circle. I just went way beyond. I went
Yes.
like
You
I
went
made
on
it
the
to
outer
it.
rim
yeah,
of the
I
circle.
went- yeah. Yeah,
he saw something shiny and went for it.
Yeah.
Got to
That's what I
reel
did.
him back in.
Yeah, thank you. You didn't reel me back in quick enough.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's okay. But those men, the Rattler men,
The Rattler men.
the Rattler men, they did their thing. They have an 8-game win streak. They are on fire. En fuego.
21-6 in conference.
That's
That's
correct.
amazing.
Yeah,
That's correct.
and
They had series sweep against Texas Southern.
uh-huh.
Look at
Traveled
those
to Houston.
scores.
They won 10-1 on Friday.
Yeah.
8-7 Saturday, and then they broke out the whipping stick on Sunday.
Yeah, they did.
Run rule 15-4
15-4.
in 7 innings.
Yeah.
You know, and they have Alcorn State next up to end the SWAC.
The SWAC season, and then they get into the tourney play,
That's
right?
right. They get into the tourney play. They are number 2 behind Bethune-Cookman right now.
Yeah.
All right.
So who they beat
No,
No,
Bethune
that's the women.
swept us.
The women beat Bethune-Cookman. I got my sports mixed up there.
It's a lot. It's a lot together.
Baseball, softball. I got them mixed up. Yeah, I'm going to need your help to get that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry.
That's an assist.
There you go.
Anytime.
Fist bump.
She complained one time that she didn't get any fist bumps, I think.
But she was sitting over there.
But she was sitting over here, but I think I gave you a fist bump.
I
Yeah.
never complained.
Well, you pointed out that you didn't get a fist bump, maybe. Or maybe I recognized it. That may be
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you really didn't even want a fist bump, did
Not
you?
really.
Okay, sorry. Sorry, Eric. I digress again.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Sorry, I forgot
So-
to reel them in.
So we've got.
I need to bring a
yeah,
fishing
you,
pole.
You do, yeah. Happy birthday, Catherine Mullins.
Happy
Absolutely.
birthday.
Happy
Happy birthday!
to you.
So we are we got some tourney plays still ahead for both schools, and we've got we're at the end of the podcast on this live update on the golf.
Live update. Florida State is 12 under.
12 under.
Yay.
12 under.
Notre Dame is second at 7 under.
And
And
how's-
FAMU currently is sitting number 13 at +6.
Oh man, so they're going the wrong direction right now.
Yeah, we need them
Yeah.
to turn it around.
They
Yeah.
do. Well, they've got this round, and in the next 2
We
days
can
we've
just
got
go
some
across
rounds.
the street and let them know.
We
Yes.
should. We can go cheer them on.
Yeah, let's go do that.
We'll do that. So,
Okay.
want to remind everybody, you can enter to win the invaluable, the
Prestigious.
prestigious Tally Benchwarmers cap with just a comment on our YouTube page. It will be entered into a drawing. Don't even have to give a website or anything for that, do I?
No.
Yeah, it just make the comment.
Yep.
We'll wave the flag for you. And we're just about out of time. You have fun today?
I did.
Did you have fun?
I enjoyed myself, always.
I know that Evan Rossi had fun back there. Thank you for making us sound good. Jason Acuna making us look good, I guess. Yeah. And we thank you. We'll see you next time on Tally Benchwarmers.